This is a late live, but I wanted to make sure that I came on and I talked to you all, okay? Let me get signed in here. On and I talk to you all, okay? Let me get signed in here. On and I talk to you all, okay? Let me get signed in here. All right, you all let me know, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? Can you see me? I don't want to talk too loud because it's after midnight here on the East Coast. And I got some information. I got a report earlier that Hurricane Milton has made landfall. Okay, can you all hear me? Am I loud enough? If you can let me know, please. Hope everybody is doing well. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and see me, okay? Got me some coffee. Let me just take a minute to get set up here. Hope everybody is doing well. Good evening to you all. Welcome. I want to come on this evening, or actually tonight, late night, early morning, whatever you want to call it. And I want to talk about some ways that we can prepare for a hurricane, okay? As many of you know, or as you may not know, right now in the state of Florida, okay, here in the United States, in the state of Florida, Hurricane Milton has made landfall, okay? Hurricane Milton has made landfall. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I'm trying to get to something that's right in front of me here. All right, hello everyone. Thank you all so much for being up late tonight with me. This is a late night live, early morning live, if you want to call it that. And I want to come on and talk about how to prepare for a hurricane. Just getting logged in here. I got to share. I got to share this to our community tab so that, you know, so that my subscribers, supporters will know that I'm live. Okay. All right. So I put a few things in the comments. Please let me know that you can hear me and you can see me. Okay. Give this video a thumbs up. That will let me know you can hear me and see me. Let me see. Can you all hear me? All right. Hello, Karma. Hello to you. Okay. Hello. Karma is here. Brandon is here. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Okay. And I want to invite you all to subscribe to the channel and join our community. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, I also put a poll question in the chat. And I asked the question, please answer the poll. Is this your first time tuning in to Andrea Speaks TV? Okay. I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our community. We're over 1,300 strong here on the channel. Okay. So if you're concerned about the times we're living in, you look for real solutions, truth, transparency, this is a channel for you. Okay. All right. Brandon, tonight we're on talking about the topic of how to prepare for a hurricane. Okay. So again, you all, as you may or may not know, okay, or as you may or may not be aware, Hurricane Milton, okay, has made landfall in Florida. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, Karma. Karma said she is subscribed, okay? All right. It is, what time is it in California? Is it, let me see, you all are 3 hours or 4 hours behind. So it's either 9:18 or it's either 8:18 p.m. or 9:18 p.m. in California, right? Let me know, okay? Shout out to all of my California subscribers. Several of you all tune in and support me here on the channel, and I appreciate you all, okay? What's that just then? Oh, that was something that fell, okay? I'm here on the East Coast. I'm in Georgia. Right now, one of the major headline stories, okay, 9:18. So that would be 3 hours. You all are 3 hours. You all are 3 hours behind us, okay? Let's see. Okay, so I want to talk about how to prepare for a hurricane. Okay, let me give you all an update on where things stand with Hurricane Milton. Right now they're saying, according to Tampa News, that they're dealing with extreme wind, storm surge in Tampa Bay as the storm nears landfall. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, let me see. All right, so again, y'all, please make sure that you answer the poll question. I did put a poll question here on the channel. Excuse me, I did put a poll question here on the channel, and I asked the question, is this your first time tuning in to Andrea Speaks TV? Okay, so if you could please let me know in the chat, yes or no. Is this your first time tuning in? Okay, hello, Erica. Thank you so much for joining us, okay? That's right. Hit the like button, family. Thank you so much for your support, okay? That's right. Hit the like button, family. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate you so much, okay? Okay, this is your first time tuning in. Thank you. Welcome, please. I want to invite you all to subscribe, join our community. If you're someone who, like I, shared, you're concerned about the times we're living in, you're looking for real solutions, tonight we're on talking about how to prepare for a hurricane, okay? There are some things that you need to do before the hurricane. There are things that you can do during the hurricane, okay, if you choose not to evacuate for whatever reason. And then there's some things that you need to do after, okay? PNW Lens, thank you so much. Okay, it sounds like, are you saying that you're in the Florida area? Okay, I pray for your safety. I pray for all of you that you are protected, covered from all hurt, harm, and danger. Okay. All right. Shout out to Sylvia in East Tennessee. Thank you so much for tuning in. I pray that you all are doing well in Tennessee. I got some information that during Hurricane Helene, okay, Hurricane Helene hit my state of Georgia pretty hard, and I hear that it also hit areas of Tennessee. So I pray that you all are doing well there also, okay? Again, y'all, make sure that you, this is an interactive channel, okay? So as I share the information, report the information, I also like to get your feedback. And so I want to encourage you to share your thoughts, share your comments here on the channel, okay? If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. I'm Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV. If you're a returning, recurring subscriber, supporter, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much to all of you for taking time out of your night, your evening, your early morning to tune in and get the information, okay? All right, Hurricane Milton is what I'm on talking about tonight, and how to prepare for a hurricane. Now, some people may say, okay, well, Andrea, from what I have seen them talk about specifically with this particular hurricane, it seems like this is a hurricane, this particular, you know, whether it's the trajectory, the path of the hurricane, the magnitude of the hurricane, it sounds like they're saying that with this particular storm, this Hurricane Milton, it hasn't brought this type of, it hasn't been something like this in 100 years. Have you all seen about that as well? It seemed like they're saying like this is like a storm like no other. It hasn't happened. Something like this hasn't happened in this particular area of Florida in 100 years. And that's very concerning. Okay. I've talked even here on the channel before where there have been some accusations, some suspicions that, you know, due to the severity of these storms, the frequency of these storms, some people suspect that this may not be a natural storm, okay? That there may be some type of man-made weather manipulation, so to speak. And so, you know, it's just very concerning, okay? It also comes at a time where, as I said on my last live video, they're saying that FEMA, there were some reports allegedly that FEMA is running out of money, okay? It was actually said by Alejandro Mayorkas, okay, that FEMA did not have enough funds to last through the hurricane season. And so a lot of people were concerned, saying, you know, there were also some accusations that instead of spending that money on the American people, that it was going towards other groups who are not coming into the U.S. through the proper protocols and procedures. And so it left a lot of people upset, okay? There are some people who are in areas where there is devastation. There are some people who feel forgotten about. They're still waiting on help. They feel like they're not getting any help at all. So you all let me know your thoughts, okay? Now, someone in the comments said that's a lie. Okay, Linda, what are you referring to? Something that I said is a lie? What do you, please, if you don't mind, clarify clarify that, okay? Okay, let me see what else they're saying, y'all. They're also right now, I looked at some live reports earlier, news stations out of Florida, and they were saying that they're dealing with the storm surge is bringing about a lot of water. And okay, thank you. I appreciate you too, Danielle. Thank you so much for your comments, okay? And I hope that you all find value in what I'm sharing, okay? And if it's your first time tuning in, welcome. Thank you. If you've been tuning in each week with me, thank you. I appreciate you. And I want to invite each of you to subscribe to the channel, join our community, okay? You know, just it's a lot of concerning things that are happening. The storm surge is bringing heavy rain. I believe there was one area, one community that had already seen, I believe it was 5, was it 5? I don't want to say 5 feet or 5 inches of rain within an hour. Now I can't remember what unit of measurement they were saying, but either rate, whatever it was, whether it was 5 feet or 5 inches, they were saying that that was just like shocking. Okay. So I want to say first, before I start going into more detail, that I pray for the people who are in the path of this storm. I pray that they are protected. I pray that they're safe. I pray that no hurt, harm, or danger come their way. You know, I pray that they are protected and covered. Okay. Let's see what they're saying here. Okay, let's see. Let me just pull up some recent developments just to share with you all. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you all. So right now, one of the main concerns they're saying is flooding, okay? The Tampa area, according to sources, has been slammed with flash flood emergency as a 1 in 1,000 year. Now, this is something new. I didn't hear this earlier, y'all. Listen to this. The Tampa area has been slammed with a flash flood emergency as a, listen to this, y'all, as a 1 in 1,000 year rainfall event hit St. Petersburg. Now, some of you all are watching me for the first time, okay? I want to encourage you not only to subscribe to the channel, but I want you to look at the over 1,300 videos that I have on my channel, okay? I have asked the question, how is it that at least over this past year, right, if not even longer than that, how is it that we're seeing unusual weather patterns? How is it that we're seeing once in a lifetime, never before seen? Now they're saying 1 in 1,000 year rainfall. Does it seem natural to you all? Like this is just naturally occurring? Or do you think that there's some type of weather manipulation? What is going on that the weather just seems so out of whack? Does it seem natural to you all? I really want to know your thoughts, okay? Let's see what else they're saying, okay? All right, so Hurricane Milton, okay, Hurricane Milton, it says, has made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida as a dangerous Category 3 storm before weakening to a Category 2 as it came ashore. That's according to the National Hurricane Center. It is the fifth hurricane to make landfall in the U.S. this year, they're saying, okay? Now, let's talk about this 1,000-year flood, okay? Here's what they're saying, y'all. 1,000-year flood. They're saying that Hurricane Milton has dropped about 16 inches of rain on St. Petersburg, representing a more than 1 in 1,000 year rainfall for the area. Did y'all just hear what I said? Let me say this again, y'all. Milton has dropped about 16 inches of rain, okay, on St. Petersburg. This is Florida, representing a more than 1 in 1,000 year rainfall for the area. Meanwhile, there are what they're reporting as multiple fatalities, okay, in St. Lucie County, Florida, from a tornado outbreak earlier in the day. Okay, did you all see that as well, where they were saying that there were so many tornado outbreaks? I think even there was one report that I saw, they were saying that it was like a record. I believe they were saying that there had been a record set. Did you all hear this? There had been some type of record set to where they had never had that many tornado warnings or watches issued in that, you know, certain time period. So even that was very concerning, okay? They're also saying that Milton, the third hurricane to hit Florida this year, has knocked out power for more than 2 million people in the state. So at the time of this particular report, they're saying that more than 2 million people in the state of Florida were without power. In addition, wind gusts of 100 miles per hour were recorded near Tampa, where a flash flood emergency was issued and emergency services had been halted, okay? So here's some up-to-date news that I'm getting from the news stations there. Damaging winds are moving inland with max sustained winds of 100 miles per hour. Now, I know some of you all are watching from different areas, right? So right now on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time Zone, it's about 12:30 a.m. Okay, I'm in Georgia. Georgia is, of course, borders Florida. So a lot of this is going on, y'all. If you could just picture in your mind, a lot of this wind and heavy rain, damaging wind gusts. All of this is happening and it's nighttime, okay? It kind of makes it a little bit, more uneasy, frightening, because you can't really see what's going on, okay? Okay, let's see. St. Petersburg. Okay, listen to this, y'all. Now, a lot of times, just like I said, even with Hurricane Helene and other disasters, I told you all that a lot of times, especially when when there's the threat of flooding, a lot of times what ends up happening, somehow the water gets contaminated, right? And so here's another report. Okay, this just came out 13 minutes ago. So it says St. Petersburg, Florida, has shut down water services, okay, citywide due to a water line break. What do I tell y'all? We all need to have in our emergency food supply and survival needs. We need to have backup water, okay? Water is essential for life. Water we need for what? Cooking, cleaning, bathing, all of those things, right? Drinking, okay? According to my sources, the city officials in St. Petersburg, Florida, have shut off drinking water service citywide as they respond to a water main break. Okay? According to the city, who said this in a news release announcing the shutdown starting at midnight. Okay? And I quote, residents and businesses should prepare for this temporary shutdown, which is expected to last until the necessary repairs can be completed. Okay, now let me ask you all this question. If many people, okay, were said to have evacuated this area, if there's flooding, okay, how long do you think that it's going to take for them to make what they consider the necessary repairs, okay? If citywide, statewide is basically a state of emergency, natural disaster, how long do you think it's going to take them to make the necessary repairs and get the water back up and running? To me, I don't know about you, okay? Please put your thoughts in the chat. This sounds like something that's going to be going on for days, possibly weeks, okay? It does not sound like something that's going to be fixed within 24 hours. Well, how do you all feel about that? Let me know. They're also saying that waterline repairs will begin once it's safe for crews to be outdoors. Again, if it's flooding, if they're over, 16 inches of rain, I mean, are people going to get out in that, depth of water to make these repairs? All right, let me see here. So you all let me know your thoughts on this so far. It is very concerning. Oh my goodness. You all were making comments and I didn't even see them. Okay, I had to scroll up, so I've been missing some of the comments. Okay, all right, thank you. Some of you all saying that you subscribe. Someone said they're overhyping this storm. Why do you feel that way? Just out of curiosity. Let's see. Y'all please don't come on the channel playing. Let's see. As I said before, y'all, I don't make my channel for children. This channel is for people 18 and older. So please, respectfully, okay? And you don't have to always agree with my points, okay? You can disagree, but, just do so respectfully, okay? Y'all had been, I was like, well, I don't see any comments, and I had to scroll up. Yes, we want to pray for, the people who are in the path of this storm, okay? Nice storyteller. Oh, okay. I guess that's, someone said my voice sounds like a nice storyteller. Well, I appreciate that, okay? All right, y'all. Other updates, what they're saying, there are reports that a crane collapsed at a construction site in St. Petersburg. They said there were no injuries. They asked people at the time, they urged people to continue to shelter in place to avoid the area. I'm not sure if that was related to the storm. Okay, so it was due to the wind. Multiple cranes were down. Okay, they also said that portions of a roof at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg were ripped off. Okay, there are pictures of that. All right, hello, Cynthia. Thank you so much, okay? Let's see. Power outages. Power outages doubled to a whopping 2 million, they're saying. I just reported on that. Tampa ceases emergency services due to dangerous Milton winds, the fire chief says. Now, this is very important because guess what, y'all? In the event of a crisis, okay, and they're telling people to stay off the highway, shelter in place. You know, a lot of times, and I hate to say it like this, but you're going to end up on your own. And that's why it's important to have, and I'm going to get, I know y'all like, okay, Andrea, aren't you supposed to be talking to us about how to prepare for a hurricane? I am, but I just want to go over what's happening so that you can make the connection as to why it's important for us to be prepared, okay? But they're ceasing emergency services, okay? They're actually ceasing emergency services. And I have some information that says the danger posed by Hurricane Milton's over 100 miles per hour winds has prompted officials in Tampa to halt emergency services until it's safe for first responders to be on the ground. Listen, y'all, they told people, you know, they were encouraging people to evacuate, you know, for whatever reason. Some people were not able to evacuate. They chose to stay behind. And so, you know, they're basically letting them know that they're not sending their emergency services, their emergency personnel out until it's safe to do so. Okay, here's a statement from Tampa Fire Chief Barbara Tripp, who told CNN's Anderson Cooper, and I quote, "We had to cease all services because it's too dangerous to put first responders out on the road." Okay, they're also saying, and I quote, "A lot of residents are without power. Milton is definitely visiting Tampa." Okay. The fire chief also noted that winds are also bringing gusts of 70 miles per hour, and emergency units can safely operate in maximum 40-mile-per-hour winds. At least 400,000 people in the city are without power. That's according to the fire chief. Okay. Yes. Hello, Fulgham. Okay. I did see about the geomagnetic storm. I've talked about those here on the channel before. Yep, all of these things are happening around the same time. Isn't that alarming? Do y'all think that this is by coincidence? Do y'all think that this is some type of you know, plan? What is going on? Okay, the power grid. I've talked about that several times here on the channel. Yep, you're absolutely right. So that is something else. That's something I'm going to talk about too. In another video, but there are so many things that are happening. Okay, so with all of these things going on, y'all, and you know what, that's what I hear a lot of people are saying too. I was just speaking with a family member tonight, and let me see if I can pull this up really quickly. We were actually speaking about the Bible verse, 2 Chronicles 7:14. Okay, and you know, with so much going on in the world, so much evil happening, it just brought me to this Bible verse. And 2 Chronicles 7:14 says that, and I'm reading from, as a matter of fact, let me change, because you know how they have the different versions. Let me just read from the King James Version, okay? I got to change it. So, 2 Chronicles 7:14, okay? It sums up to me, for me now, it sums up a lot of what has happened, what we see, and what we still see happening to this very present day, okay? So 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land." Okay. So this biblical verse resonates with me when I think about all that's happening in the world. Okay, I just wanted to share that. Okay, you can go back and look it up. Maybe you want to save it. Maybe you want to read it. 2 Chronicles. Okay, this is in the Holy Bible. 2 Chronicles 7:14. I just read the King James Version, which again I'll say, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Okay, amen. Yes, somebody said amen. All right, listen, y'all. I want to talk about how to prepare for a hurricane. Okay, how to prepare for a hurricane. As we currently see, okay, a hurricane can cause widespread devastation during and after it occurs. Okay, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, has created a guide to help you properly prepare for a hurricane and know how to protect yourself during and after one. Okay, planning and preparing, according to my source, can make a big difference in safety and Now, hold on, let me get my words right, y'all. Resiliency in the wake of a hurricane. The ability to quickly recover following a hurricane requires a focus on preparedness, advanced planning, and knowing what to do in the event of a hurricane. So not only does it require knowledge, okay, not only does it require planning, but it also requires action. Okay. All right. So before I get into it, okay, you all may want, let me just give you maybe a minute to get you a pencil, some paper, a notebook, or pen, or whatever you use to write notes down, because you may want to take some notes. Okay. All right. Let me just type that in the chat. And I'm just going to say, grab a pencil, pen, and paper to take notes. I will be sharing resources, solutions. I'm just typing here in the chat, y'all. Strategies on preparing for a hurricane before, during, and after the storm. Okay? Can't spell storm. Let me put that again in the chat. Storm. Okay? Uh-oh. All right, so when you're ready, okay, put ready in the comments so I know when to begin. Maybe you want to get up and get some water, use the restroom, maybe make you some coffee. But make sure you get a pen and paper, okay? When you're ready for me to start, when you got your pen, you got your paper, taking notes, put ready in the comments. And then that will let me know that you're ready for me to begin. All right, let me know when you're ready, okay? All right, hello, someone's watching from India, okay? Hello to you in India. What time is it there? It is 12:44 a.m. here on the East Coast, okay? All right, Dear says, got my notes ready. Okay, Jay Steele is ready. Deloria Kelly is ready. Renee is ready. Okay, thank you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, hello to you in the UK. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all subscribe, join our community. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, I'm sharing this information. I did my own research, found some information, sharing the information with you in hopes that, and you may say, well, Andrea, why do I need to know this now? I'm not in Florida. This is not affect, you may be somewhere across the country. You may be in another country. I'm sorry, you may be somewhere across the United States. You may be in a whole different country. But listen, especially with the way things are going now, y'all, you really never really know what's going to happen, okay? Or when it could possibly hit your particular area. Okay, I'm here in the U.S. in Georgia, okay? Someone asked, where was I from? Okay, from America. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. All right, that's right, y'all. Southern California is in the house. Thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. For those who've been watching me, you know I sing that song from time to time, okay? All right, listen, let's talk about how to prepare for the hurricane. Are you ready? Type ready, okay? Let me know when you're ready. Okay, listen, how to prepare for a hurricane. That's right, Georgia Peach, okay? Listen, let's keep going, y'all, okay? How to prepare for a hurricane, okay? Hurricanes are massive storm systems that form over ocean water, okay? I see some more readies. Thank you, Leanne, okay? Hurricanes are massive storms. Thank you, Renee. Renee says she's ready, okay? Let's see. Someone said that I should not be singing that song. You're not even American. Now sometimes y'all the comments they're hidden, but it'll still show me. So somebody said you should not be singing that song. You're not even American. You're African American. And then I guess they're shaking their head. So you're telling me that I'm not American? How do you know I'm not American? How do you know that I'm not American? I'm born here. I'm from here. What makes you say that? Because guess what? I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. Guess what? 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I'm sneezing, y'all, okay? Listen, let's keep going. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Listen. Okay, hurricanes. Let's talk about hurricanes, okay? Hurricanes are massive storm systems that form over ocean water and often move toward land, okay? Threats from hurricanes include high winds, heavy rainfall, storm surge, coastal and inland flooding, rip currents, and tornadoes. Okay, now listen, y'all. Didn't we just see all of this? Aren't we hearing about, I'm sorry, y'all, I got a sinus thing, so I may have to sneeze again, okay? Everything that I just named, aren't we seeing this and hearing about this happening currently right now as it relates to Hurricane Milton, okay? Right, I am American. Somebody tried to tell me I'm not American. Oh my goodness. I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad that I have enough wisdom and knowledge to, know for myself and not let what somebody else say throw me off or make me feel some type of way, okay? All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. So again, hurricanes are massive storm systems that form over ocean waters and often move towards land, okay? Threats from hurricanes include, all of this is currently going on, y'all. High winds, heavy rainfall, storm surge, coastal and inland flooding, rip currents, tornadoes. The heavy winds of hurricanes can cause damage or destroy homes, buildings, and roads, as well as cause power, water, and gas outages. These effects can injure or cause losses of life to people. They can also disrupt transportation and pollute drinking water. Okay, I just told you that in the city of, was it St. Petersburg? They have shut off the water services, okay, due to a water line break. For what seems like right now, an indefinite period of time, okay? Let's keep, let me see what I did here. Okay, let me keep going, y'all. Listen, hurricanes can cause losses of life and injuries, primarily from drowning, wind, and windborne debris. The impact from hurricanes can extend from the coast to several hundred miles inland, okay? To find your risk, you can also visit FEMA's Know Your Risk map, okay? I'll probably link that in the community tab, okay? The thumbnail of this video, okay? The topic is preparing for a hurricane, okay? Here's some things that you can do now to prepare. Here's some things you can do now to prepare, okay? Even if you're not in the area where all of this is happening, okay? If you feel like this is not the channel for you, if you feel like for some reason that maybe I'm reporting negative things versus things that can help people, you don't have to stay around and watch me, okay? You can either start your own channel and talk about what you want to talk about, or you can just say, you know what, this ain't the channel for me, and you can just go about your way, okay? But I'm going to give you the option. If you feel like I'm talking about something negative and not something positive, you do not have to stay and listen to me. I'm not making you do anything. You know, you can do whatever you choose to do, okay? All right, so again, I gave you a chance. You know, you don't want to, you know, you don't want to go, so I'll just send you on your way, okay? All right, so things you can do now. Things you can do now. Things you can do now is sign up within your own local community. Sign up for local alerts and warnings and monitor local news and weather reports, okay? Some communities have, you can text, like you may can send a text to a number and get added to their alert system database. That's why I always say it's very important to tune in and know what's happening in your local community, because in a time of an immediate crisis, okay, that, you know, may be affecting your area, it's good to be connected with others, whether it's through community groups or be signed up to receive alerts, notifications, so that you will know what's going on, okay? Also, things that you could do now, okay? Prepare to evacuate. Prepare to evacuate by testing your emergency communication plan, learning evacuation routes, and having a place to stay, and packing a go bag. Some people call it a bug out bag. For the people who chose to evacuate, okay, you know, people were looking up to see, okay, where can they go? Normally people who evacuate from Florida, they come to Georgia, they may go to parts of Alabama, or they may keep going even further to Tennessee. But, you know, people are getting on the road with a destination in mind. Here in Georgia, they were advising people not to stop through South Georgia. They were telling people to go further north. Okay, there are some parts of South Georgia that are still cleaning up. That are still very much so impacted by Hurricane Helene. Okay, so they don't have they're very strict. They're stretched thin already with resources and manpower and aid, and so they're advising people to come further north, North Georgia. Okay, the Metro Atlanta area, and so there are some areas that opened up campgrounds, hotels were booked, Airbnbs were booked, sold out, and so they even created, I believe, the GEMA, Georgia Emergency Management Agency, had created a list, or they were updating the public on places that were, whether it was hotels, you know, areas where they could go, where they had some type of vacancy, okay? You can also, things that you can do, you can take steps to protect your property, okay? Whether that's installing sewer backup valves, protect your property by installing sewer backflow valves, anchoring fuel tanks, reviewing your insurance policies, and cataloging belongings, okay? Another thing to think about, you know, and I also saw this was the topic of a report with so many, with so much devastation happening, right? Some insurance companies, they're also being stretched thin. Now you could say, okay, Andrea, these insurance companies, they have millions, maybe billions of dollars, okay? But, you know, these insurance companies, if they're having to pay out massive claims to their policyholders, and you know they have there are millions and millions of people who are filing claims, that could potentially put a strain on the insurance companies, okay? And so you know, it could either cause them, as we have seen in some cases, they could pull out of certain states. They can say, hey, we're going to make up for all of this, we're going to, okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, I know it's late. So, but I wanted to come on and make sure I spoke about this topic. in an effort to help everyone. So make sure you catch the replay, okay? Thank you. I appreciate you for your support. Um, and so, you know, some of these insurance companies may say, okay, well, to make up for their losses, they're going to have to they're going to have to raise the insurance premium. So, you know, that's something to think about as well, okay? Stocking up on emergency supplies, whether that's emergency food supply, that could be survival needs, that could be having bottles or glass containers of water, you know, ways to filter your water, extra clothing, okay, clothing that's suitable for the weather, medicines, all of these things I've talked about, y'all. First aid, okay. Also collecting and safeguarding what is being called critical financial, medical, educational, and legal documents and records, okay, whether you put them in a fireproof or waterproof type of safe, okay. Let's see. One thing I'm not going to sit here and do is argue whether I'm American or not. So I think the person who may be bringing that in the comments, I wish that they would find something else better to do than to be up at this time of night trying to tell someone that they don't know that they're not American. Please, I wish you would please do something better with your time, especially at this time of night, okay? So if you don't feel like I'm American, you don't have to sit here and watch me. I'm definitely not going to be going back and forth with you. Please find another channel or start your own, okay? You don't have to. If you feel like I'm not American, you can, you know, find you something else to do, okay? I'm going to give you that opportunity. To the person who brought that to the channel, we're not here to talk about that, okay? We're not here to talk about that at all. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to go and find you a channel, okay? I think that was, it was someone else earlier who had mentioned that, okay? All right. So those are things that you could do now to prepare, okay? What can you do during, okay, what can you do during the storm, okay, and also in order to survive, okay? You can follow guidance from your local authorities. Again, taking heed, okay, depending on where you are, how close you are to the predicted path, you know, taking heed to the evacuation orders, okay, following guidance from local authorities. If they say don't go out or, you know, avoid this or, you know, don't do that, you know, depending on, you know, using knowledge and wisdom, you know, you have to do what's best for you, okay? That's not to criticize people that still chose to stay, okay? People have their different reasons. I don't feel like that's to be criticized, but, you know, if you choose to go against or you choose not to follow what your local authorities are suggesting or recommending, depending on the severity of the situation, then please have a plan in place, okay? Please have a plan in place. Also, they're saying that during and in order to survive, if advised to evacuate, grab your to-go bag or your bug-out bag and leave immediately. For protection from high winds, okay, you can stay away from windows and seek shelter on the lowest level in an interior room. All right, move to higher ground if there is flooding and or a flood warning. Turn around and don't drown, okay? I guess that's like a saying or slogan, turn around and don't drown. Never walk or drive on flooded roads or through water. And call 911 if you are in life-threatening danger, okay? Now, as I read earlier, in one community, I believe it was in Tampa, they said they put a stop to their emergency services because they said they did not want to send their personnel out in dangerous conditions, okay? Because you got to think about it, y'all. These people, the medical professionals, emergency responders, first responders, they're human too, and they have families. And yes, they still want to do their job, but they also want to make it home safe to their families as well, okay? Okay. All right. What do you all think about the information so far? Do you feel like this is information that's helpful? Do you feel like this is information that you can use? Please let me know, okay? All right. Let me see. All right. Again, y'all, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel and join our community. Thank you to the subscribers and supporters that have joined just tonight. Okay, we are about 50 minutes in to the broadcast, and we've already had several of you that have joined our community here. Okay, so don't just listen. Don't just watch this video, y'all. Make sure you check out the many other videos that I have here on the channel as well. Okay. All right, let me keep going here. All right. Also, if you want to get your Andrea Speaks TV merchandise, I'm going to put the link in the comments for that. Give me just a second here. Do you all feel like this information is helpful? Do you feel like it's useful? Please let me know in the comments, okay? Okay, Jay Steele says, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, so I want to put this in the comments, okay? If you would like to get your merchandise, I have t-shirts. I don't have one on tonight. I'm a little bit dressier, but I'm going to put a link in the comments to get your Andrea Speaks TV merchandise. Let's see. Okay, you can order your Andrea Speaks TV merchandise here. And I'll pin that. I have t-shirts, bags, coffee mugs, water bottles. You can place your order and it'll come right to you, okay? All right, y'all. Those are things that you can do during the storm, okay, to survive, and even after, okay? So after the storm passes, okay, there are also some things that you can do afterwards, such as returning to the area only after authorities say it is safe to do so. Do not enter damaged buildings until they are inspected by qualified professionals. And speaking of qualified professionals, okay, a lot of times after disasters strike, after disasters happen, there are unfortunately people who are, scamming. They're looking to make some money, and they are not qualified at all, okay? So make sure you do your research. A lot of times people look for contractors or licensed, people who have the correct licenses and certifications if that's necessary. But what I'm saying is be careful, okay? Be careful. Ask for credentials, okay? Sometimes, like I said, people may ask, for them to be licensed and bonded. Licensed, insured, and bonded. So be careful, because there are unfortunately people who come around and they try to scam people in times of devastation and the cleanup that follows, okay? Never walk or drive on flooded roads or through the flood waters. Look out for downed or unstable trees, poles, and power lines. Do not remove heavy debris by yourself. Wear gloves and sturdy, thick-soled shoes to protect your hands and feet. And do not drink tap water unless authorities say it is safe. Okay? Let me go over some other information with you. Staying informed. Again, you can receive alerts through your own local community. You can also receive alerts and warnings directly from the National Weather Service for all hazards and with a NOAA weather radio, okay? I told you all, I don't want to turn it on now because my household is asleep. This is a small generator that also has a weather radio, okay? I don't have to be connected to the internet. There's no Wi-Fi needed, but I could just turn this on, okay? I can turn it on, and without even having electricity, okay? I can hear the weather report for my local area. Okay, some people also have a weather radio, but some radio receivers are designed to work with external notification services or devices for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. And you can find, I'm gonna, after this video, probably later tomorrow, I'm gonna put some links on the community tab where you all can check these things out, okay? Let's talk about watches and warnings, okay? The National Weather Service, or the NWS, part of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that's what NOAA stands for, issues alerts when weather conditions make hurricanes more likely. Know the terms used to describe changing hurricane conditions and be prepared to take appropriate action, okay? Now, sometime you may hear a tropical storm or hurricane advisory, and you're wondering, okay, what is this, okay? Let me go over that information with you. Okay, according to the NWS, National Weather Service, they issue an advisory when it expects conditions to cause significant inconveniences that may be hazardous. If caution is used, these situations should not be life-threatening. Okay, tropical storm or hurricane watch. What is that, you may ask? The NWS issues a watch when a tropical storm or hurricane is possible within 48 hours. Tune in to the NOAA weather radio, all hazards, local radio, TV, or other news sources for more information. Monitor alerts, check your emergency supplies, and gather any items you may need if you lose power. Okay, what is a tropical storm or hurricane warning? The National Weather Service issues a warning when it expects a tropical storm or hurricane within 36 hours, I'm sorry. During a warning, complete your storm preparations and immediately leave the threatened area if directed to do so by local officials, okay? Plan for evacuation. Plan for evacuation. If the danger is significant, state or local government officials may issue an evacuation notice. You can do the following to be better prepared. Learn your community's evacuation plan and identify several posted routes to leave the area, okay? That's what a lot of people did, and they were even showing parts of the interstate where traffic was bumper to bumper. It was backed up. So make sure, and that's why I say too, y'all, on the last live, I showed you all a map, okay? Would you know how to evacuate? Would you know how to get around if the grid went down, the GPS went down, okay? You need to know how to read a map. You need to own a map, and you need to know how to read a map as well, okay? All right. Emergency shelter locations. Oh, let me go back, y'all. Okay. So, planning for evacuation. Learn your community's evacuation plan and identify several posted routes to leave the area. Also, evacuation routes. Check with your state's Department of Transportation or Office of Emergency Management website to find routes near you. Again, like I said, GEMA, here in Georgia, GEMA, the Georgia Emergency Management Agency, they were sharing updates on traffic conditions as well as shelter locations, okay? Emergency shelter location. To find a shelter near you, you can download the FEMA app at FEMA.gov / mobile -app. Okay, once you determine your evacuation route and shelter location, write them down on your hurricane preparedness checklist, which is located at the end of what I'm reading, okay? Make a plan for your pet. How many of you own pets, okay? If you had to evacuate, surely many people would take their pet with them, okay? As a matter of fact, they even advise people, please don't leave your pets behind, okay? You can either take them with you or make some arrangements for someone to keep your pet, okay? In the event that you have to pick up and leave. So that's something that you have to keep in mind as well. Okay, please let me know if you all have any questions, comments, or concern. And as y'all see, I'm yawning. I don't know if this coffee is wearing off or if it's even helping at all. I don't know. All right, and you can also please put your questions or comments in the chat, okay? Make sure you all check out the link. I pinned the link here. And also, if you would like to support the channel, let's say, okay, Andrea, I like your merchandise, but maybe you don't want to order anything. You can also support the channel, and I put that information. I put that information in the comments as well. Okay. All right, let's keep going. what you need to be ready. Okay, plan your entire household, not just you. Plan for your entire household. That includes children, people with disabilities and access and functional needs, and pets. Okay, keep your gas tank at least half full at all times. One thing that I read earlier, particularly in the Florida area, is there were some gas stations that were running out of gas. Okay, people were evacuating their, of course, before they leave, they're, going to fill up their tanks. Even people who chose to stay, they're filling up their tanks as well. Okay, because they don't know how long they may have to stay at home. Okay, they don't know if gas, if, they don't know if the trucks are going to be able to come to replenish the fuel at the stations. So everybody, whether they're evacuating or not, everyone is looking to, have a full tank of gas, okay? Along with keeping your gas tank at least full at all times, maintaining basic emergency supplies, okay? Maintaining basic emergency supplies, including snacks, bottled water, first aid kit, flashlight, flares, jumper cables, and other tools, a wool blanket, okay? Also, or an emergency blanket, those 4 blankets that I was telling you all about. I have some of those, and a change of clothes. I don't know why people don't think about a change of clothes, including your undergarments, clean socks, clean underwear, things like that, okay? Also, picking an out-of-state contact. Everyone can call to check in and report their status, okay? Having that go-to person to make sure that, everyone is accounted for. Know where you will meet up if you are separated, and where you will stay. So let's say, for whatever reason, you and your family, you had to take off in different directions. Do you have a meeting place? Okay, an already agreed upon meeting place where you will stay or meet up, okay? Packing a go bag or bug out bag, including items you need to take with you if you evacuate. This bag should be easy to carry and kept in a place where you can just grab it quickly and go, okay? Let's see. All right, emergency supplies. Okay, I did a whole live recently on that. I'm actually going to put together a preparedness playlist, emergency preparedness playlist. This video, as well as my last live video, will go under that playlist. But I also talked about some emergency supplies, so make sure you, I won't necessarily go over that in this video. I will say that they're necessary to have, but check out my previous live video, as well as others where I talk about emergency supplies, okay? Which I'll just go over briefly, which also can include emergency communication, okay? Make sure you have everything you'll need to get in touch with your family, either through cell phone or email, okay? Some people say, well, if they're not able to call, they'll email, so check your email. So make sure you have that decided. Medical needs. Be equipped to tend to any current or unexpected medical conditions your family may have. Critical documents, okay? Keeping those documents in a weatherproof, waterproof, or fireproof container to help keep them dry and easily accessible, okay? Tools and safety items such as matches, flashlights, a multi-purpose tool, and a whistle can make a huge difference, for your family while weathering the storm, okay? Food and supplies. Do you have emergency food supply? Do you have survival needs, okay? Remember to pack anything specific to your family needs. Sometimes people say, okay, what do you need to keep in your bag? Okay, it depends on who's in your family and what they will need. For people with small young children, you may have to pack things like extra baby food, extra wipes, and things like that, okay? A family who they don't have small children, they may not necessarily think about that. So there's no one correct way to pack a bug out bag or a to-go bag. You got to look at who's in your family, the dynamics, and what they may need depending on their situation, okay? Hygiene and sanitation is very important, okay? Practicing good hygiene, even in an emergency, will help prevent the spread of bacteria and infectious diseases, okay? It'll also help keep down the smell. Protective gear, protecting yourself by packing warm clothes and blankets to prevent hypothermia. Don't forget protective footwear and gloves, okay? Sometimes it's easy for people to forget about that as well. Comfort and priceless items, okay? They say you may be away from your home for an extended period and your property may be damaged, okay? Grab any items that are irreplaceable. those that may be sentimental or may provide comfort to your family, especially your children. Ask yourself, this is a suggestion, what would I need for myself and my family if a hurricane struck? Add any of these specific items to your hurricane preparedness checklist. Okay, and we're going to talk about that. Also, take action to protect your property against wind and water damage. In high winds, the best way to reduce the risk of damage to a structure from hurricane winds is to reinforce or strengthen the building, including doors, windows, walls, and roofs. The best way to protect yourself is to consider either constructing a safe room that meets FEMA criteria or a storm shelter that meets ICC 500 criteria. Okay, again, these are all suggestions. Okay, planning and preparing before hurricane strikes can help you manage the impact of high winds and floodwaters. Take these steps outlined below to keep you and your family safe while protecting your home and your property. If you are a renter, okay, if you rent your home, talk with your landlord or property manager about the steps you can take together to protect yourself, your family, your home, and your property. Okay, from flood, there are steps that you or your property owner can take now to make your home or business more flood resistant. Okay, some improvements are simple and inexpensive. Others require more of an investment as your budget allows. Okay, as your budget allows. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate you. Okay, please make sure, how many of you all are tuning in for the first time? How many of you all are tuning in for the first time? I want to say welcome and thank you for subscribing and joining our community. How many of you all are watching for the first time? Okay. Awesome things you can do during a flood. Okay, keep gutters and drains free of debris. Install a water alarm and sump pumps with battery backup. Okay, install check valves, stockpile emergency protective materials such as plywood, plastic sheeting, and sandbags. Okay, you can also elevate the heating system or furnace, water heater, and electric panel if susceptible to flooding. You don't want that to get damaged. Waterproof the basement. Okay, some people go through the steps of that. In areas with repetitive flooding, consider elevating the building. Okay, putting it at a higher level. Okay, flood insurance. Most property insurance policies do not cover flood losses, so you will need to purchase separate flood insurance if your property is at risk for flooding. Talk to your insurance agent about buying flood insurance. Flood insurance is available for homeowners, renters, and business owners through the National Flood Insurance Program in participating communities. Okay, keep in mind that a policy purchased today will take 30 days to go into effect, so act now. Okay, someone said they're watching for the first time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, I want to invite you to subscribe and join our community. Okay, I don't know why someone would come over here asking me about Diddy. Again, y'all, please make sure that you, if this is not the channel for you, it's just not the channel for you. Okay, I don't have anything to do with Diddy. So please don't ask me anything about him. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. Listen, I invite you to subscribe and join our community. Okay. So again, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If you've been tuning in with me, thank you for your continued support. Okay. I do want to invite you all to subscribe and join our community here on the channel. Okay. If you're concerned about the times that we're living in, you're seeking truth and transparency, you want to know what in the world is really going on. If you want to stay informed, then I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's see here. All right. Let me see. We're just going to see you started out okay. You let me know this was your first time tuning in. Now we're just going to, we're going to have to, tell you bye. Because, I don't know, y'all. I may not need to come on this late at night. Getting some kind of crazy comments. Again, y'all, I don't make my channel for children. Please don't come on here playing, okay? Please do not come on here playing. Okay. We talked about flood insurance. I talked about flood insurance and the importance of that. Things that steps and action you can take to protect your property against wind and water damage. Okay. Deciding to stay or go. Okay. Some people had to make that decision. Now, according to my source, if authorities advise or order you to evacuate, grab your to-go bag, your bug-out bag, and leave immediately. If you are not in a mandatory evacuation zone, you may still decide to leave the area. You may need to move to higher ground, or you may choose to stay in your home. If you decide to stay home, remember that even if the high winds and flood waters do not reach your home, you may lose power and water, and you may not be able to leave your home for several days if the roads are impassable, okay? If you're in an area where authorities advise or order you to evacuate, it's suggested, okay, it's recommended that you take action immediately to evacuate, okay? Knowing your evacuation routes, and even in some cases a shelter location. Don't forget, okay? It is suggested that you write down your evacuation route and shelter information on your hurricane preparedness checklist, okay? If you're in an area without an evacuation notice, there's some things you may want to do is move to a location on higher ground before flood waters reach you. Stay indoors and away from windows and glass doors. If you are in a temporary structure, safely move to a sturdy building and go to a windowless room on the lowest level that is not likely to flood. These are suggestions. Never use a generator, gasoline-powered equipment and tools, grill, camp stove, or charcoal burning device inside or in any partially enclosed area. Keep these devices outside and at least 20 feet from doors, windows, and vents. Okay? Post-disaster tips to stay safe. If you've evacuated the area, wait for public officials to say it is safe before returning. Each year, a significant number of people are injured or they lose their life, according to sources, cleaning up, okay, after a hurricane. Do not wade in flood waters. Do not enter a building until it has been inspected. Okay, again, inspected by a certified, highly qualified or qualified individual. Do not use electrical equipment if it is wet or if you're standing in water, and protect your pet following a hurricane. Stay healthy. Throw out any food, including canned items that were not maintained at a proper temperature or have been exposed to flood waters. Okay, please let me know if you all have any questions. Okay, avoid drinking tap water. Some people do that now. I don't drink tap water. Clean and disinfect everything, it says, okay, that got wet. Mud left from flood water can contain sewage, bacteria, and chemicals, okay? Let's see, 5 steps for post-hurricane cleanup. Air out by opening all doors and windows whenever you are present. Leave as many windows open when you're not present as security concerns allow. Move out. Okay, saturated porous materials such as mattresses or upholstered items, especially those with visible fungal growth. Tear out, okay, flooring, paneling, drywall, insulation, and electrical outlets saturated by flood water. Clean out and disinfect any remaining debris and mud, and then dry out the building and any remaining containers, okay? Now, any remaining contents. Now, back in, I believe it was 2005 during the Hurricane Katrina, I went with a Christian group to do hurricane cleanup, okay? And when I was reading about tearing out, cleaning out, drying out, those are some of the things that we did to a house in that area, okay, to help with the cleanup. Some additional resources, I'll share those on the channel as well. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Okay, hurricane preparedness checklist. I'm also going to share this on the community tab on the channel. Oh, you went to the store. Says Andrea, I took you to the store with me. Wow, the store is still open in your area? Wow. Okay. Wow, thank you. Okay, you went to the store and here I am still on. Okay, but listen, y'all. I'm going to share on the community tab probably tomorrow the hurricane preparedness checklist. That way you can have a record of things to do before a hurricane, during a hurricane, and after. Okay, it's a whole checklist. The right time, okay, the right time to prepare for a hurricane is now. The checklist that I will be sharing with you will get you started, okay? By no means is it the end all be all checklist. That's right, you're tuning in from California, okay? By no means will this hurricane preparedness checklist be the end all be all for preparedness. Make sure to include your entire family in the preparation and discussion of your emergency plan with them. And be sure to post the checklist in an easily accessible location so it always will be close by, okay? Remember to keep in mind your family's unique needs as you complete the checklist, okay? Your family may be different from my family and vice versa. So you have to plan according to your family and your family needs, okay? All right, y'all, listen, I'm going to go ahead and get off the live. I hope that I've shared some information to encourage you not only to create a plan to protect, plan for your family to get through these current times and to get through hurricanes, okay, hurricane preparedness. But I also hope that I have inspired you to take action. If you say, you know what, Andrea, it's a lot more I could be doing, okay? All right, listen, thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Please make sure you like this video, share this video. I want to invite you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, okay? Take care, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Make sure you stay tuned, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be blessed. I pray that you and your family are well. I pray that your household is protected from all hurt, harm, and danger. And everything is going to be all right, y'all, okay? Stay encouraged. Be blessed. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, y'all. Good night. Or should I say good morning?